back to another episode of Sky High Outdoors. Today I'm going to dive into my approach as to not spook redfish when you're sight fishing in the winter, the time when the redfish are the most spooky out of all the seasons in my opinion. In this video I hope you learn some tips on how to approach these fish and do a lot more of this.
Fish on. Come on, fish on, boy. Fish on, yo.
And a lot less of this.
Just scared it away. You can see the dust cloud right there.
Sit back and enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. So y'all, so tip number one is move through the area you're fishing extremely slow and with caution. We're utilizing our trolling motor here, and also I have a pole anchor or a stick anchor. So we'll ease up through the creek, moving up. I like to focus on the areas that are most protected by the wind. See, this area is kind of slick, and back here a little offshoot creek. That's where these fish are likely to hold because it's the warmest. So if you move silently and cautiously, it gives you, one, you won't scare the fish, or you have less of a chance to scare the fish, but secondly, you can really focus in on the area because these fish are so lethargic that we're basically using a gulp shrimp and just casting it out and basically let it sit on the bottom. Let the scent do its job, moving it every now and then. But yeah, so we need tip number one, move slow and cautiously. Tip number two, not only do you want to move slowly, but you also want to be really, really quiet. With my boat, it being aluminum, sometimes that can be pretty difficult, but we literally tiptoe around the boat to make sure we don't send any vibrations through the water, because there's not much out here that's covering up your noise. So any type of vibrations or noise, the fish will spook, and we've already done it a couple times today, but we try to make sure we're quiet as possible. Lastly, and perhaps the most important, if equally important, is your casting. With these fish, like I said before, they're extremely spooky. It's somewhat of an art and science to know where to cast in accordance to where the school's at. So I wouldn't recommend this for people that are beginner fishermen who aren't the best casters, because if you do cast on the school, a lot of times it will spook them. So a lot of times you have to anticipate their movement. So if you see them going back, you want to cast behind them and so on and so forth. That way they can run into the bait per se, instead of just landing it right on top of them. Because a lot of times, like I said, they're just gonna spook, and you're just gonna see a big old dust cloud in the water. Alright guys, well, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. Got the boat back on the trailer. Thanks to Stace, she did a great job. You know, today we talked about how not to spook fish. We said that you need to move slowly through the water. You need to reduce and minimize your sound around the boat. And then lastly, your cast placement. Today I think we did a good job of all those. Just for whatever reason we couldn't get the reds to bite today, but you know, that's fishing, it's not catching. But you know, every day we'll learn, and we'll come back out here again and try it again sometime. But until then, tight lines, good tides. Y'all have a good one. Peace.